Hi, I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, James Ryan Professor of Film Studies at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'd like to speak for a moment on how the films, when we entered World War II and also after 9/11, how it changed the way that Hollywood films were made. Up until 1941, America, although people forget this, was usually very isolationist. We wanted to stay out of the war. We'd been through World War I. People did not want to get involved in another war. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and Winston Churchill, of course, saw there was no way to avoid this, but the American people in general wanted to stay out of it. So it wasn't until we were attacked on December 7th, 1941, the date which will live in infamy, that we entered the war. And immediately, films in Hollywood, which had been mostly escapist films or action films, became intensely patriotic. And we had a series of very, very patriotic war films, also escapist musicals. Abbott and Costello rose to prominence, and so we had musicals, escapist comedies, and jingoistic war films, things like Walk in the Sun, Gung Ho, which is an amazing film, not the Ron Howard version, incidentally. This is the Ray Enright film from 1943.
A call has been issued by the commanding general for volunteers for a special battalion to be formed at once.
A lot of films which supported the war effort, to say nothing of Frank Capra's Why We Fight series, a brilliant series of documentaries using captured Nazi and Japanese footage that was run in theaters to explain to Americans why the war was necessary. Flash forward to September 11th. The events of September 11th, and as a native New Yorker, of course, when I saw that on television, it just shocked me to the core. 3,000 people died for showing up to work. It was one of the most horrible days in American history. It's the 21st century's Pearl Harbor. The result here was more muted and more confused because there was not really, there was Al-Qaeda, of course, to blame because they immediately took credit, but there wasn't a country that we could basically go to war against. It was a very shadowy force. So it took a while for films to respond to that. And you have things like Flight 93, which was a film about the plane that was going to attack the Pentagon and how the people on board took it down. You had, more recently, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, a film starring Tom Hanks, which is based on the novel by Jonathan Safran Foer. But there really has yet to be a definitive film about the entire 9/11 experience. It has made Hollywood films more cautious in their depiction of terrorist activities. There was a film called Collateral Damage, for example, that was starred Arnold Schwarzenegger that was shelved almost immediately. And there were several other films that had plots involving terrorism that were shelved almost immediately. So people are more careful about that. And of course, then there's 24, the television show, in which the world is in perpetual crisis and only Jack Bauer can save the world, as played by Kiefer Sutherland.
Stand down! She's the only one who can get us to the bomb.
So there's a response to 9/11 in American filmmaking, but the definitive experience has yet to be created by Hollywood because, of course, the events are still ongoing, and this is an issue which still continues to confront us today. I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, and this is Frame by Frame.